Hi guys, I'm Michael O'Diblin with FiddlerShop.com and welcome to another edition of String Talk or something like that. Today we're talking about Visions by Thomastik Infeld. And I'm gonna also forewarn you, there is a lot of packaging and also construction going on both sides of me, so you'll probably hear some other noises. To be clear, there are 4 different types of Vision strings. There's Vision regular. It's just called Vision. This is Vision Solo. This is Vision Titanium Orchestra. And then there's Vision Titanium Solo. I like these. But today, we're going to talk about regular Visions. I'm not exactly sure why they stuck with the Vision name. To me, it's a little bit like we have espresso, we have and cappuccino and lattes and macchiatos and cortados, and it's all espresso and milk. Like it's just different ratios of all the same thing. We still call them coffee. So this might be a latte, and this might be a cappuccino, and this might be a macchiato. But it's not like this is beer and this is coffee. Okay, they're all basically very similar. So I guess that's maybe a nice way to kind of say that they're all still under the same umbrella. They're still very similar. It would be more confusing if they did the like Taco Bell approach and they were like, this is a soft shell taco. Okay, well what comes on the soft shell taco? Well, it's beef and cheese and lettuce and tomato. Okay, what about what's in a gordita? Well, it's beef and cheese and lettuce and tomato. You know, I'm just thinking maybe I'll get the nachos Bel Grande. Okay, what comes on that? It's beef and cheese and lettuce and tomato. So it's more confusing, I think, if they were 4 different products, because there are a lot of similarities. But I can't talk about all 3 of those, and I can't compare them all right now. What I'm going to do for you is play them. I have the Fiddlerman Artist Violin. This is the same violin and the same bow. This is the Holstein Pernambuco 3-star bow that I've been using in all these videos. And I change the strings and play on them for an hour or 2 to get them broken in. And then I talk to you and just ramble. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I don't know. If you have nothing better to do, you should be practicing after you watch this video. So Visions, they are generally described as a step up from dominance. They're a little more focused. They have a little bit more vibrancy to them. They're still very warm and very rich, and they're very modestly priced set of strings. They're about $50, so not a ton. They're not terribly much more expensive than dominance, but they are, I think, a step up from dominance. Generally, it's hard to categorize them compared to the others. I think that they generally go from warmer to brighter, or like kind of more subtle to more focused, by going Vision in this order: Vision, Vision Solo, Vision Titanium Orchestra, and Vision Titanium Solo. Those are kind of, the Vision Solos are going to be just the biggest soloist sound, of huge projection, very focused, very brilliant sound. Some people will argue with me, and some people will say the Vision, they'll change the order of Vision Orchestra, or this is so confusing, Titanium Orchestra, and also the Titanium, I can't even do it, can't even keep it straight. They'll switch the order of the Visions and the Titanium Orchestra, saying that the Titanium Orchestras are the warmest and the more subtle. There's a lot of information here. I can't cover all of them. So what I'm going to do for you is play the Visions for you, and then I'm going to do a little bit of scientific testing to see if we can see anything, instead of just listen to me talk and make up things and say, oh yes, I think they're great strings. So here we go. So these are great strings, and they're very modestly priced. They're, at the time of filming this, they were about $50, which is about half as much as the Ava Parazzis that I just switched from. They also don't perform like the Ava Parazzis did, so I'm not raving about them. I do think I hear the very nice kind of subtleties that they have, some nice warmth, has a little bit of grit to the sound, but they're a step up from the dominance, and so I think they're a good value string. They, in meaning that they are, you get a good value for the amount of money. They're not the cheapest strings by any stretch of the knee, by any means, so don't misconstrue that statement. Yeah, I mean, I think they're great for just sort of everyday use for a lot of intermediate students that are looking for something a little more interesting than dominance. What I'm going to do is play the open strings just so you can sort of see the analysis of the frequencies. And what I'm doing this is to show you if we can hear the overtones. I'm going to do it by playing all the open strings. Okay, let's figure out what we're looking at here. This is an analysis of the frequencies. You can see on the right-hand side, these are measured in hertz. So on the bottom line here, this horizontal, if we look at the A, this is our A440. And according to the harmonic series, the second overtone is an octave above that, and then it goes on and on. I have them all listed here, so you can see the frequencies, mathematically what they should be, and you can see they do measure out on the right-hand side that's where they are. So cool. The yellowness is sort of the intensity. So the yellows are more intense. This is what we're hearing more. It's kind of like a heat map basically. And so the pinks are, of course, where it's that frequency is not as intense. So it's hard to say exactly what this all means when you're just looking at this one string. So I'm going to compare the Thomastik Infelds with the D'Addario Ziax. I do think it's really cool seeing the difference between the G, the D, and the A and the E, that on the G string side, all these frequencies are all really smashed together. You're really hearing all these frequencies. It just looks like a big mush of frequencies. And then when you get over to the E string side, they're very clearly defined. You don't really hear as much. Of course, there's going to be some user error, or some, maybe I wasn't exactly the same distance. I didn't play them exactly the same loudness. I obviously didn't play them the same length, but it is something really cool to, and you can, I'll let you pause it if you want and kind of analyze these. It's hard to say, oh, the D'Addario Ziax, is clearly warmer because we see more of the lower frequencies, or we see more of the lower overtones more rather than the upper ones. It's hard to say. If you are more experienced in analyzing all this information, please speak up in the comments and let me know how to interpret all this stuff. I do think it's cool, but it's hard to say exactly, that clearly the Thomastik Infelds are brighter than the Ziax, but you do see things from a different perspective. All right, so that is a little bit about the Thomastik Infeld Visions. I think they're a very nice string, something a little bit more interesting if you're used to dominance and want something with a little bit more color to it. Again, it's not going to push your violin incredibly much more brighter or that much more darker. They sort of are a very natural string. They don't have a lot of flavor to them, which I think is a very nice thing. They're also a very sort of well-balanced string, nothing extremely bright or like powerfully bright. So that is what I have to say about that. If you use Visions, let me know in the comments what you think about them. If you switch to them from dominance or something else, let me know. And if you used to use them, what did you switch to? So all stuff that I'm curious to hear about. I love hearing people's their opinions, and it helps us all out. So talk to me there, and thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one.